Motivation is unreliable, but habits are dependable. You can have a good habit, you can have a bad habit, right? Getting coffee in the morning, the way your coffee ritual goes, that's a habit. If you drink tea first thing in the morning instead of coffee, that's a habit. I have this habit of hitting the fob 3 or 4 times when I'm unlocking my car. I don't know why I do that. Drives my wife up the wall, but it's a habit. Going to the gym every morning, waking up at 6 a.m. is a habit. Now, waking up at 6 a.m. is a habit all on its own. I wish I had that habit. I can't do that. That's a habit I want to build. But there are good habits and there are bad habits, right? Smoking and drinking is a bad habit. Going to the gym is a good habit. Well, what is a habit? A habit is something that you've programmed into your own subconscious. It's something that you do instinctively without having to think of it. It's something that you do automatically. So the key thing is that habits beat motivation each and every time. If this was a boxing match, a wrestling match, motivation is a feeling. You feel happy, you feel sad, and depending on how you feel, that's how you carry yourself throughout the day. But a habit is a system. It happens automatically. You don't think about it. So once it becomes a habit in your mind, it happens automatically. My brother Adrian, fellow band member, used to be in the military, and it didn't matter what we were doing the night before. Didn't matter what heck we were raising. He was up at 6 a.m. His bed was done and he was fully dressed. The rest of us, we slept. But for him, it was a habit. He couldn't help himself. 6 o'clock comes in, boom, he's awake. Now there's good habits, like I said, and there's bad habits. So here's the point. Finances are basically the result of a habit. Saving money as well as spending money is a habit. You can take a few minutes every day to track what you've spent, to enter it into your spending log. You can have a habit of paying yourself first on every paycheck, or you have the habit of going out and celebrating each time you have a paycheck, going out to dinner, or doing any various things. Small things like Uber Eats, they're wealth killers. That's a habit we develop. I don't want to go out. I'm going to order in. I don't have to go anywhere. Just bring the food to me. The problem is that is super expensive. And if you are getting delivery in, they charge way more than if you were to go to that restaurant and get it. I think I've mentioned that in a past video. However, if you turn that around and pay yourself first and make sure that you develop the habit of putting a small amount aside every paycheck, that becomes a habit. You don't even think about it after a while. You don't miss the money after a while. If we go back to the gym analogy that we had at the beginning of this video, when you first start going to the gym, you're not going to be trying to bench 300 pounds. Most people, especially if you're like me, you're going to start with the bar, a very light weight. Finances and saving money is no different. You are not, hear me out, you are not gonna get rich by deciding one day that you're gonna save all of your paycheck and try and put $300, $400, $500, $600, $700 away every paycheck. That's just not the way it works. You build up to that. Most clients I have in their 20s start with a contribution of about $25 per paycheck because that's an amount they don't have to think about. Completely comes off the paycheck. It becomes automatic. It becomes a habit. And it's not missed. It doesn't affect their finances or their personal spending any which way. But just like a gym, once you get used to it, you can increase the weight on that bar. So that way you're lifting more and more and more. So I have a friend, she's not a client of mine, but she started off contributing about $25 every paycheck, the stories that she told me. And then after a couple of months, she didn't miss that money. She brought it up to about $40 per paycheck. And then she went up to $60 per paycheck. Then she went up to $80 per paycheck. When I last spoke to her, she was saving roughly $300 to $400 per paycheck. And she said she didn't even miss it. Over 4 years, she's gotten a few promotions. So she kept her expenses the same, and she just started saving more money. The additional money she got, she put it into her savings. Because it's automatic, because she got into the habit of saving it, she's got a lot of reserves. She's got her emergency fund built. So to develop this habit, you start off small. You make it automatic, so you take all the effort of thinking about it out of the equation. By automating it, you're creating that habit without even having to put forth an effort. You start small like you do at the gym, and then you increase over time. Small amounts. Don't get fancy. Keep it simple. Over that period of time, those small little contributions, combined with some compounding interest and growth, is going to come to a very significant, sizable investment, which one day will save your bacon. Let's make better sense together.